salutations, everybody, and welcome to the CanUK podcast, a podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy. Coming to you on, well, currently not a weekly basis, coming to you whenever we feel like recording. Oh, it's been awful lately, but we'll try and fix up the schedule soonish, maybe, in a few months' time. Anywho, today's show, we've got quite a lot. We've got the games of May to go over. We got news stories. We got the topic of the week, which is going to be trailer talk this week because a ton of trailers have dropped. And of course, the been playing, watching, maybe reading section, and so on and so forth. And joining me this week, once again, he's gone from collecting amiibos to buying Steam games. It's Israel Pacheco.
That's a damn true story right there. It's gotten pretty... What am I up to? Like 53 games at the moment? And I don't think I've even had a PC for like a month. Yeah, it's bad, but besides that, I'm doing pretty good.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Oh, so yeah, we got a big show. I guess we might as well just dive into the games of May, which is kind of tame again this month. Okay, we are back after Izzy's internet took an RKO out of nowhere. Okay, like I was saying, we got the games of May. We might as well just dive straight into those. So,
let's do it.
The 5th of May, we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 2 Record Breaker coming out for the 3DS. And
that's a long-ass title.
Yeah. And Wolfenstein, The Old Blood, releasing for Windows, PS4, and the Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one, yeah, but I haven't played the first, well, not the first, but you know what I mean, the last game in the Wolfenstein series.
The New Order, yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that's only a $20 download, I believe, The Old Blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Alright, so moving on to the 7th, we have Not a Hero for Windows, Mac, and Linux, and Project Cars finally releases for Windows.
Yeah, I've heard about Project Cars, haven't heard about Not a Hero. Have no idea what that is.
It's a platformer type game. I saw it on Steam earlier today, actually. Looks interesting.
No, don't say Steam. I'm a spy game.
Okay, so moving on to the 12th, we have Final Fantasy X-10-2 HD Remaster getting its PlayStation 4 release, both physical and non-PSN. Invisible Ink releases for Windows, Mac, and Linux. I believe that's been on early access now for a while. And Project Cars gets its PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release. So,
is that going to be a physical release or is it going to be a digital?
I'm not sure with that one.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure either. I know they've been promoting this game for a very long time.
I'm assuming that's a digital-only kind of deal. Well, who knows, though. I'll probably triple dip on the Final Fantasy after it goes down in price, but...
Yeah. I might get it.
Okay, so moving on to the 14th, we have 3D Thunderblade releasing for the 3DS. I have no idea what that is, but that name commands that kind of tone of voice.
It sounds like a 90s game. Really does.
Axiom Verge gets its release on Windows, and Galactic Civilizations 3 releases for Windows.
Yeah, I got Axiom Verge earlier this month. I haven't played it yet, though. I just bought it on the merits of the one guy who did everything. I was like, I gotta support this. You did everything.
Nice. So much for not buying PSN indie games, eh?
Yeah. That's why I'm not buying Shovel Knight. I'll get one a month. That's it.
You say that now. Moving on to the 19th, we got Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generation
That's a long-ass title.
for
Jesus.
Windows. Can't wait till I have to do a series on that one and have to spell that all out in the YouTube title. Hyperdimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed for the PlayStation Vita. Ride for Windows, PS3, PS4, 360, and the Xbox One. And a little game called The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
The Witcher. Yeah, I'll be getting that one.
I'll be holding off for now. I'll probably pick up Sisters Generation because I will buy those games.
You must buy Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Again, because I own the original PS3 version, I own the Vita version, I might as well buy the PC version. I'm not sure I'll pick up Action Unleashed, though. Doesn't look all that good.
We'll see.
Alright, so moving on to the 21st, we have Carmageddon Reincarnation, speaking of 90s games, coming in for the Windows...
Carmageddon!
coming in for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So that's the new Carmageddon game. Again, I think that's been on early access now for a while.
Yeah, it's like, I'm guessing similar to Twisted Metal, just by the title.
Sort of, yeah. Moving on to the 22nd, we have NASCAR 15.
NASCAR 15!
For PS3, 360, and Windows. No
That's
next-gen release. And Puzzle and Dragons Z plus
We don't have
Mario
next-gen
Brothers
consoles.
editions for 3D.
Why is it not coming out on the Wii? Yeah, we got completely derailed.
Yeah. We turn right instead of going left.
Yeah.
NASCAR jokes, people. Alright, so, and the other game, Puzzle and Dragons Z for the 3DS. Kind of interested in that one, to be honest. Looks intriguing.
I don't have a 3DS anymore, so I'll pass.
Moving on to the 26th, we have Hatsumi Miku Project Mirai DX for the 3DS. Magica 2 comes out for Windows and PS4. And Ultra Street Fighter 4 gets its PlayStation 4 release.
Yes, finally. I'm just wondering what they're going to price it at.
I think
Hopefully $39.99.
I think it's cheaper than that, actually.
Really? $29.99?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's $29.99, it's a no-brainer.
I wasn't a fan of Street Fighter 4, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually played it a lot. I played the original a lot, and then I played Super Street Fighter 4 a lot, and then they did arcade and then Ultra, and by then I was just tapped out. Especially when they did Ultra, because I was like, this should have been on PS4 from the beginning.
On that day, I'll probably pick up Magica 2, though. The first one was a fun little game, so really should get back to it and finish it. Moving on to the 29th, we have Legend of K HD for PS4, Windows, and Wii U. And Splatoon gets its Wii U release. Finally a Wii U game for the year.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. I just think it's so dumb what they're doing with the online. But Nintendo does it again. They did it with Smash. Well, they did it first with Mario Kart, then they did it with Smash. And
yeah. Well, you know, I've seen their reasoning for it, and I kind of agree with it a bit. Because there are quite a few assholes online. It's one of the reasons why I don't play like something like Call of Duty online or anything like that.
Yeah, I could understand their, where they're coming from in terms of that. But I would have rather them have, an option, maybe like by default, there's some sort of parental setting that has like chat turned off, and then if for the people who want it, they just have to go into the settings and turn it on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
It's
they could probably
Nintendo.
yeah, they could probably do that through the system itself, really.
Yeah, the system, the parental settings, but
Yeah. Nintendo's gonna be Nintendo.
yeah.
And on the to be announced list, we have Adventures of Pip for the Wii U, system seller right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Beep.
Attack on Titan, Humanity in Chains for the 3DS. Chaos Reborn for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Don't Starve Giant Edition gets its Wii U release, which I'm actually really excited about because I think that game will work really well on the Wii U with the touchpad.
Mhm.
Final Fantasy IV, The After Years for Windows, and Life is Strange Episode 3 Chaos Theory for Windows, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and 360.
What is Final Fantasy IV, The After Years? Is that like a spin-off?
That is the kind of sequel that was put out on the PlayStation, PSP version a
Oh,
while
okay.
ago, but with the PC version, they've actually upgraded it to full 3D, like how
Oh,
Final
okay.
Fantasy 4 and 3 were ported over. Oh,
Yeah, I was just confused about it because just by the title, the After Years, because I know usually they're just like Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 8. They usually don't have a
mm-hmm. That,
subtitle for the most part.
yeah. And that one actually does have a release date. I'm looking on Steam right now, and it's the 12th of May. So there you go.
It's not bad. Yeah.
So yep. I think out of that list there, though, the Attack on Titan game really has me interested. Just because I don't know, I've been craving more Attack on Titan ever since I finished the series.
hmm I tried watching it, couldn't really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't for me.
Fair enough. I can see how.
After that, the dude ate the guy's mom, I was like, no. Not cool, bro.
You see, I love sick and twisted shit like that. So I was like, ooh, give me more.
Yeah.
How are these characters going to be tortured next? I'm a sick son of a bitch. Anyways, yeah, Games of May. Not a whole lot there. Arguably, the only two big games are The Witcher 3 and Splatoon, to be quite honest.
Yeah, those would probably be the... I'm still on the fence about Street Fighter, to be honest, especially since I still have Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
And I already played Street Fighter 4. It isn't a new game.
Mm-hmm.
It could wait till like June or July.
Mm-hmm. When there's no
But no,
news.
knowing me, I'll probably fucking buy it right away. I'm gonna try to stick to The Witcher, but we'll see. I'll probably get Splatoon also, just because I want to try that out and at least support a new IP
Mm-hmm.
from Nintendo on the Wii U.
Yeah, I might do that too. Right now, I really don't have anything for May that I'm like definitely buying, so it's
Mm-hmm.
open. Or I might just end up buying like a Vita memory card, something like that.
Buy that Vita memory card.
Gotta get them 64 gigabytes, I tell you what.
Why it's not on the Wii? Oh, let's
Okay.
move on before we start making more redneck accents.
Yep. So let's move into our news stories.
Speaking
And
of rednecks now, just completely. Oh
all
man.
right, take our first news story and tell people why they should be excited.
So you guys should be excited for Square Enix's E3 conference presentation, which is going to be held on June 16th, which is a Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. And they're going to be talking about all the games that are hitting store shelves and your digital retailers in 2015 and what's going to be coming in the future. So if they're going to have their own press conference, I don't remember the last time they did that. It's been some time, right? Because we've only seen them
Yeah.
like on the stage with like Sony or Microsoft or whatever the case may be. So
Mhm.
hopefully they're showing a bunch of stuff and there's a lot of things under the Square Enix banner. there is, technically the Batman games are under that, if I'm not mistaken. Am I getting that confused? Let me check.
I do believe you are correct on that one.
Batman. And then, of course, Tomb Raider, of course, the Kingdom Hearts series, Final Fantasy 15. So there's things that we probably know we're going to expect. I'm sure there'll be a big presence of Tomb Raider at the Xbox press conference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much will be at the Square Enix. Probably still some. Maybe some replays of whatever was in Microsoft press conference or some new details or whatever the case may be. But hopefully we get some details on Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, maybe some release windows for that.
Yep.
Hopefully, maybe we get a surprise for something that comes out later in the year,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know what could potentially be since those games, they're not anywhere near finished. So
We'll probably get
besides Tomb Raider, I really don't know what could hit at the end of the year. That's Square Enix based.
Final Fantasy VII for the PS4.
Well, yeah, the upscaled version.
The port of the PC port.
Oh man.
Yeah, they do have quite a bit now that they can use for a press conference. There's a Deus Ex that they can talk about as well.
Mhm. Oh, that's true. I forgot that was under their banner. So yeah,
Yep.
that's
Just
definitely
Cause
something.
3.
Yeah, that's definitely so they'll have a pretty well-rounded lineup at E3 this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's interesting that they're doing this now, and in total now we have 7 E3 press conferences this year.
Yeah, is that including the Nintendo Direct or?
Yep. So we have the Nintendo Direct, we have Square Enix, we have Bethesda, we have Ubisoft, EA, Microsoft, and Sony.
I'm kind of thinking of taking that day off now that we know what the days off are. Oh, yeah, I usually have Mondays off anyway, and that's the day like the main press conference. Or is it? I'm not sure.
Usually, yeah.
Can't remember. Usually Monday's like Microsoft and Sony, and then Tuesday's Nintendo, right? If I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So Nintendo's a Nintendo Direct, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting too much from that, to be honest. But
Granted, last year they probably had the best one out of the 3.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm not feeling Nintendo at the moment. Yeah, Square Enix presentation should be good. I think it would be like jaw-dropping if they were like Kingdom Hearts 3, November 2015, and just like blow people's minds. But,
Yeah, that's not going to happen at all.
yeah, it's not. Or they bring back a franchise. I'm reading the comment section here. People talking about Dark Cloud coming back, but that wasn't even one of their franchises.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
we
Dark
might,
Cloud.
however, we might get something on Star Ocean 5, which was recently announced.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You never know what old
We'll
IPs
see what
they might
happens.
dig up. A new Gex game.
It's crazy that Square Enix is... Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd pre-order that game, be online. But it's crazy to think Square Enix is still around, I guess, since they've diversified their lineup with, like Deus Ex and Tomb Raider, Batman, all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, granted,
They could still exist in the market.
Yeah, I think what saved them was getting, like, IDOS with them, because, granted, up until recently, Square hasn't really put out anything good from their Japanese section.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, and I guess as a JRPG and Final Fantasy fan, they're going to show something on Bravely Second for the West. Like, they have to announce that that's coming out here.
I wonder if they ever do The World Ends With You sequel. But that probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. That's more of a niche thing.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see it. And then they're like, oh, it's coming to 3DS. Oh, Izzy, you have to buy a 3DS now.
So a new Chrono Cross game.
Hopefully comes down. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess.
Anyway, I guess we can move on from this.
Yep. Next little news story here, just something small. Mortal Kombat X. Ed Boon hints at story DLC. Responding to a fan on Twitter, Boon mused about the possibility existence of a story pack, though he failed to be drawn on any details about who may be involved or when we may see it. So, as the IGN article goes on, lots of characters appear in the game's story mode that aren't playable, including Fujin, Cabal, Striker, Sindel, Rain, Smoke, Bo Raichu, Frost, Serena, Lee Mei, and Baraka. Wow. Jesus, they didn't include those characters?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of incredible. So, yeah, possibly more
Yeah.
DLC coming. Because you're not paying enough for Mortal Kombat X right now as it is.
Yeah, it sucks what they've done, and it's funny, I didn't know about it until after I even finished the story mode. Like, because I hadn't read reviews or anything. I just went into the game blind pretty much
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to play and, have my own reaction, so.
Yeah. I guess more is good if they keep supporting the game. That's excellent, but I'll be holding off until they put out a complete edition.
Mm-hmm.
I got burned too many times by, like, NetherRealm. Alright, so, do you want to take away our next story? Probably a big news story.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until, until I read it here, and that is Spider-Man is going to be getting a new film in 2018, but it's not what you think. It's not live action. It's going to be actually animated
Woo!
by Phil Lord and Chris Miller,
Woo!
which this is surprising that we're going to be seeing this. I'm not sure if this is going to be a cinema release or if it's going to be one of those, straight to DVD Blu-ray releases.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to read some of the details here, but
They do say that it's a full-length feature film, which usually tends to mean theater release.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be cool. I'd love to see an animated Spider-Man movie in the theaters.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think it's awesome, too, that they got Phil Lord and Chris Miller to do it. Which is, that's awesome. Like, I mean, what they did
I am completely oblivious.
They did the Lego movie.
These gentlemen are.
They did the Lego
they did?
movie and the Jump Street movies.
Oh, that's pretty cool then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm down with that now.
So yeah, it's pretty cool that they're going to be doing that. And it's funny too that they're going to do a Marvel movie, and they're also, I think, being rumored to do the live-action Flash movie, or at least write it. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of cool. All right, and our final news story this week, continuing the Marvel trend. Marvel's Daredevil, the recently released Netflix series, has been renewed for
Amazing.
Season 2 with
Yeah.
new showrunners. So, Stephen DeKnight won't be back, but, Jesus, load, you damn article, load.
Doug Petrie and Marco Ramirez will be taking over.
There you go. Thank you. So, this is friggin' awesome. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of people thought, oh, well, we saw Daredevil now. We won't see him again until The Defenders in, like, 2 years, maybe, minimum.
Mhm.
But, nope, we're going to get more Daredevil next year in 2016, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, as we'll get into later on in the show about Daredevil itself. But it was really amazing. But we'll get into that later.
All right, so with that, folks, we are going to dive into our topic of the week, and being being the sneaky bastard that I am, I've just basically put trailer talk into here because we had nothing really else. But this is a big trailer talk segment because we got not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 different trailers we're going to talk about here today. And we're going to do something really special here because down in the description of this video below, you'll see links to all these trailers. We're going to pull up these trailers and we're going to talk about them as they're playing. So, get the first one highlighted here, and the first one we're going to talk about today is the Jurassic World trailer number 2, which is a movie I know you're really excited about, Izzy.
It's funny we're just talking about. I hear my dad's watching it downstairs. That kind of threw me off. I'm like, wait, that's the Daredevil music. I told him to watch it, and he's been watching it. So, all right, let me pull up the Jurassic World trailer.
Yep.
Give me a sec. There we have it.
Okay.
All right.
And
ready to go. If you just want to count down, I guess 1 or.
Yeah, sure. On 3, I guess. So in 1, 2, 3. So here we go. Jurassic World Global Trailer number 2.
Damn raptors.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It's kind of weird. The CGI dinosaurs, they don't look as good.
Yeah. It kind of threw me off the first time I watched it. Oh yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
That poor goat's going to get fucked up.
Just like the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're in that little ball.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't showed the creature yet.
Yeah, we get little bits and pieces, but not the full thing. This coming up right now is
like,
or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still holding back on this one. I don't want to be too excited because I really don't want it to fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's just creepy.
This scene, yeah, was kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Kingpin.
Okay, that scene with Chris riding with the raptors, that's still cool,
That's
no matter
fucking,
what.
That's fucking dope, yeah. What threw me off here is that I thought they were showing the creature, but no, it's a Carnotaur.
Mm-hmm.
When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's what it looks like? Wait, that's a Carnotaur.
That's just
Look, like
this is freaky.
Universal Studio, yeah.
Like,
I've had dreams about that before, actually. And then they edited that scene, like when we saw the first like 2 trailers or teaser, and then the trailer. They always look different. That part where that giant like crocodile creature pops up. Now it's like eaten. All right, let me pull up the next trailer. But yeah, I enjoyed the trailer. I'm definitely really looking forward to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't hit me as much as the trailer before that because of the music. Because the other one had like little notes of like the Jurassic Park theme, and this one just had like some completely different music, and it kind of took me out, which we'll be talking about later, Star Wars, but that really helps. Like,
yeah, the power of nostalgia can be quite a thing.
All right, I pulled up Ant-Man.
All right, so yeah, let's dive into the Ant-Man trailer in 3, or on 3, I should say. So 1, 2, 3. So here we go. I'm just going to hover over the
green background.
yeah, I love this trailer. Actually, they did so well to like. It's so much better than the first trailer that we saw.
I never saw the first trailer, actually.
Really?
So this is like my first exposure to Ant-Man.
Okay.
it kind of threw me off at first because I wasn't sure if they were going for like a serious tone or like a comedic tone, and there's like a mix.
Yep. Just like any other Marvel movie, to be quite honest. There's
Yeah.
Scott in prison, Hank looking over him. I love the dialogue in this as well, where
It's
Scott's
like,
like, my days of breaking into places and stealing stuff is done. So what do you want me to do? I want you to break into a
breaking
place and steal some stuff.
stuff.
It's just so
Figures. The
there's the Ant-Man suit.
outfit looks pretty cool.
Hmm.
Kind of reminds me of what's that Japanese superhero?
Ultraman or something like that.
Yeah, like Ultraman or one of those like
Yeah. Hmm.
I forgot what they're called in Japan, but they all have like those
The
string
scenery,
masks.
yeah, the scenery that we're seeing is so good. The visuals, they're awesome. Like that with the bullet
It looks really cool.
is crazy. That's why I think this trailer does really well too. It shows people that Ant-Man's powers can be actually quite awesome. And now we're getting a better look
Yeah,
at
I
our
haven't had any
villain.
exposure to the character like, in comics or anything, so this is like I wasn't, familiar with his origin story or anything.
Hmm. That fight scene is going to be so awesome.
I like this part with the Thomas the
Yeah.
Train.
It's so good.
Is it like
You got this big epic battle going on between these two guys,
in the
but in the
stupid
real
train?
world, it's like nothing happened. Oh,
Yeah, I
July.
definitely like the trailer watching it second time around. 'Cause at first it just kind of threw me off, but yeah,
Hmm.
definitely
Yeah, that movie is
something I'll probably check out.
yeah. Just going with the trailer here, looking back, where is it? Do. Yeah, they look like they have Yellow Jacket done well, which is a little bit odd because in the comics, Hank Pym became Yellow Jacket first, and it's convoluted.
So they
But
changed.
yeah, though I think probably for the better. Like I have trust in Marvel that they're going to do this really well. Evangeline Lilly is quite awesome from what we see of her in this, showing Scott how to fight.
Punches him in the face.
But yeah, Ant-Man, quite awesome. Now we're going to move on to something that was met with a
Ugh.
bit more, yeah, is the right word. And that's the Batman v Superman teaser.
Oh, I didn't tease anything. All
Oh, okay.
right.
Though, have you watched Angry Joe's reaction to this teaser?
No, I haven't.
No, it's worth watching. Just watching his reaction to it and way he described it and what he thinks the teaser really is kind of
Yeah.
makes me hope a little bit more for this movie. But
Well, he's a big Superman fan, so.
yeah. All right, so on three again. 1, 2, 3.
Warner Brothers.
DC
DC Comics. Oh.
Oh my. So yeah, I was really hoping this teaser was going to get me excited. I really was.
Yeah,
But
at first it kind of was. In this section, I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool." It seems to be a statue of Superman, and
hmm
kind of reminds me of BioShock for
I
some reason.
I fucking love that shot of him holding up that Russian space shuttle thing. That is cool. That's weird.
Yeah,
The whole kneeling before thing, and we got the whole false or go home chant about to come up.
like
That
that
is
giant, the whole like Wasn't there like the statue of Andrew Ryan in BioShock? That's what like this reminded me of. Like when you first go into the
Okay,
false
yeah.
god.
And there we have our first look at Ben Affleck
Uh,
as
Ben Affleck.
Brucey.
He just looks like he's constipated.
The bat suit looks cool. I will give them that.
Yeah, it does look cool. It's like a variation of the Dark Knight Returns suit.
Mm-hmm. Little Riddler cameo there on one of the pillars.
I didn't even notice that the first time I watched it. He's got like a
That
kind of look like the Tumblr.
I will say one thing: Batman is looking good. Though that, what
Yeah.
does every like Batman scene have to have him standing up there like that?
You
And
got auto-tune Batman,
yeah. I
T-Pain Batman.
I love the meme that sprouted from that. Do you bleed? No, but your parents did. And apparently the teaser, when it was shown in IMAX, there was one more scene added to that where you get a look at Superman again, and then the two of them running towards each other, about to throw a punch at each other, and the screen cuts to black. Which I think if they had added that to this teaser, it would have been a little bit better.
It would have helped. Yeah.
But overall,
Yeah.
it's...
Overall, it left me wanting more, and not like in a good way. Like, oh, I really want to see it, as in like, oh, I'm worried about this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Batman looks badass, like you said. Batman looks badass. I really like Man of Steel, even if it had all those issues.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I thought the trailers for Man of Steel were better. Like they got me more
Yeah.
intrigued, even if they had the whole Jesus thing going for it. Like in those initial trailers of Man of Steel, this is just like, I don't know. Like there was a lot of CG. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't feeling
it's
it.
worrisome. Again, it's going with the fear that everything's like too dark and gritty and serious. Just, I don't know. Uh, I can't even talk because I'm so worried about this thing. It's just that they're going too moody with it. I mean, a comic book movie can be dark and gritty, yes, but you've got to add something else to it. I know they don't want to copy Marvel, but
Yeah, I
the
just think all their movies are starting to look the same. Like all of Zack Snyder's movies fucking look the same,
mm-hmm.
right? Like it's not me, right? Like
No.
they just all have that same like dark, gritty, whatever the fuck, and it's not colorful. Like
No.
you know what I mean? I just don't like how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess we could move on before we keep ragging
Yeah, before we
on
blow
this.
a gasket onto it. Never thought I'd
Mhm.
say this, but we're going to move on to a better trailer now. And that one is
Mhm.
for the new Fantastic Four movie, which, unlike Batman v Superman, actually got me a little bit excited. No,
So we'll
pause.
do the same. So we're gonna count down again.
Yep. So, 1,
All right.
2, 3. So yeah, the first Fantastic Four trailer, not that good at all. Like, it was kind of like the Batman v Superman one. It was too dark, too moody. This one, however, has a bit of humor to it, and I don't know, kind of feels like a comic book movie.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off because I thought they were going for like a darker, serious tone, like you said with the initial trailer that came out, and then this one came out, and it's kind of like all the characters, they look so young.
hmm Well, they are going with
Like,
the ultimate Fantastic Four route, so they were young in that series. I
you
love
got those.
that. The fist bump.
Yeah.
Getting a little more humor to everything. A little more explanation of what's going on this time around. So yeah, like the Ultimate version, they're not going to space, they're going to another dimension this time. That's where they get their powers.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's why I was trying to figure out were they on the damn moon or whatever. Like I don't have. I wasn't like the original origin story, the moon, or
They went to
was it
space.
another planet?
No, they went to space and they got hit by like a cosmic shower type deal.
Oh, okay.
I'd say the thing looks good,
Hmm.
though he's still not wearing pants. There's Doomy, who I'm still concerned about, because they can't seem to get him right at all.
You're gonna start talking about run. Like Bane.
Reed Richards, I'm gonna kill you. And again, a
Reed
little more
Richards.
humor added to it.
I'm going to kill you, Reed Richards. Just turned into Sean Connery.
So, I think they could have made that last little bit better. Instead of cutting back to Reed, they could have just zoomed in on the thing and him say, "It's clobbering time." That would have been a better way to
Yeah.
end the trailer.
They could have just zoomed into CM Punk. In the arena.
But overall,
Oh, what time is it?
but overall, I like that trailer. It's good. It kind of makes me want to see the movie.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end. It didn't do much for me. I don't know. I just never really been into the Fantastic Four. They've always been like, of course, when you look at it objectively, all comic book characters look goofy to some extent, but
Oh no,
Fantastic Four
they're
have always
completely
been
goofy.
like have been really goofy. I don't know. I just never got into them for whatever reason.
Hmm. Yeah,
Even
they're a
when
different.
I saw their cameos in other.
Yeah, they're a different breed. That's for damn sure. But they can't be any worse than what they did last time with them. So,
Yeah, that's true.
all right. So I guess we dive into our final teaser now.
Yeah, and best trailer of the week.
Yeah, by far. I mean, a trailer that can make thousands of grown men cry. Yeah, we're moving into something really special here. And of
I got
course,
chills when I watch this. Every time I watch it, I get chills.
hmm and that is the Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens official teaser trailer number 2, which was shown off at Star Wars Celebration. Alright, so on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this thing is just magical all around. I kind of got giddy just when I saw this popping up.
To Lucasfilm logo.
And this first shot, it's like, okay, this is cool. It's showing like the scope of the planet. There's an X-wing. There's a hill. Oh wait, that's not a
On the
hill.
Star Destroyer.
You know,
Jesus.
that's just crazy.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And we learned that that planet is not Tatooine. It's a new
Mhm.
planet called Jakku. Dar- Darth Vader's helmet. And of course, we got the voiceover from Luke in the background, talking about how his family has the Force. Has it?
That's who it is. It's Luke in the background. I wasn't sure who it was.
That's him talking. Yeah, I believe that's a sound clip of him from Return of the Jedi. I believe. There's Oscar Isaac and BB-8 there in the background. Cool.
Those stormtroopers look so cool.
Mm-hmm. Just every shot here. That guy looks badass. BB-8 again.
Oh,
The Falcon. Oh, that's gonna be so awesome. And of course this. Yeah, Han Solo.
best part of the trailer right there.
Yeah. Oh man, first time
Oh,
watching that, I had tears in my eyes. Just
I
like
cannot wait.
just the words that he's saying there, Chewie, we're home. It's like bringing you in, it's like, fuck the prequels. We're
Yeah,
back.
pretty much.
We're
Fuck you,
back
George
to
Lucas.
we're back to what matters. We're back to being Star Wars again.
hmm
Like, oh,
That was so good, man. I remember, like, I believe it was this premiere, what was it, Friday, was it? Right?
um,
If I'm not mistaken, it was last Friday on Star Wars Celebration, or was it Thursday?
I
It was
think it
either
was.
Thursday or
I think it was
Friday.
Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. It was Thursday.
So, like, I went the next day and I visited my mom, and I'm like, I gotta show you something, because, of course, growing up during, the late 70s and 80s, Star Wars was a big thing.
Hmm.
So I was like, let me show you the new Star Wars trailer. And then she was like, wow.
Oh, we may have another connection issue. Yep. Okay, there we go. This will be the Technical Issues podcast.
We're home.
You were talking?
Oh, yeah. I was talking about how I was showing the trailer off to my mom, and she got like really emotional when she saw Han Solo and Chewbacca, because she didn't know there was a new Star Wars movie, and she didn't know like the old cast was back
Hmm.
for this one. So she got like really emotional because she's a big fan of like Harrison Ford, of course, as Han Solo and as Indiana Jones and all the other movies he's done.
Hmm.
So man, like she got like really choked up. I wish I would have took a video of that, man. It would have been awesome to put up online.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just there's just something magical about Star Wars, and it's good to see that it's back where it deserves to be.
Hmm.
Still got my fingers crossed that the movie's going to be a success, not only from a standpoint, not only it's going to be a commercial success regardless if the movie's good or not, because people are going to be interested and they're going to want to see it.
Yep.
But I hope it's just a good Star Wars movie, man,
Hmm.
especially after the prequels, which there's like some parts of the prequels that I enjoy, to be honest, just because I'm a Star Wars fan.
Hmm.
But, like the first movie, like Darth Maul and the double lightsabers.
I'll give the prequels one credit. The lightsaber battles were cool.
Yeah, they were really cool, and I enjoyed the pod racing in the first one. Then the second one, Attack of the Clones, I pretty much don't give a shit about, to be honest. There's like nothing redeemable about that movie. Then the third one, they try to redeem themselves as much as they could, but they were, so far gone by that point.
Hmm.
Which I enjoy. That'll be my favorite one out of the prequels. If somebody was,
Yeah, it's my favorite too because it ended the series. Hey.
oh, but if somebody else played, man, if it wasn't Hayden Christensen, it would have been such a better movie because at least they had a, interesting plot and they had some really cool set piece moments. And everybody around Hayden Christensen was a good actor except Hayden Christensen. Because everybody, like Sam Jackson was in that, Natalie Portman.
Ewan
What is
McGregor.
Obi-Wan's name, his real name? I always forget.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor. I think he's a great actor. Like everybody around him, but he just brought that movie down so much. But I cannot wait to go see this in the movie theater.
Hmm.
I it's like one of those movies I have to 100% see. Like there's other movies, every now and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch that on Netflix or I'll rent it or I'll get it whenever it comes out. But this is something I have to see in the movie theaters. I'm still not sure if I'm going to see it in 3D.
Hmm.
I don't want to see it in 3D, to be honest. I
IMAX.
just want to see it.
IMAX or get the fuck out.
Yeah, I want to see it in IMAX, definitely, but I don't know if they're going to give you the option. Maybe it's just IMAX 3D, what I'm hearing so far, but
Hmm.
because this is kind of a movie that I don't want to see in 3D. I just want to experience it, in 2D
Hmm.
first time around, because I don't want anything to interfere with, you know what I mean. Like if I watch it in 3D and the 3D is horrible, or it gives me a headache, or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
And I can't wait because it just like brought me back to like when they re-released the initial trilogy, and I went to see those with my mom and dad when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was in 97, if I'm not mistaken, when they did the special editions, and then they released them like 3 months apart, each of the films.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having the posters, and then at the time they re-released all the toys. I had so many Star Wars toys when I was a kid, which they're all like buried in Puerto Rico, and my my grandfather's like house over there and his little ranch in the mountains. Like they're buried somewhere there, but it's just Star Wars was like so special as a kid. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping this could be the same way for like my little brother because now he's 10 and I don't think he's really ever gotten, he knows what Star Wars is, but he's never really gotten into it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I've been talking enough. What did you think about this trailer?
Like I said, I got choked up. I got chills and goosebumps while I was watching it. It just looks like Star Wars again. Like, it's back to the style that I grew up with.
Yeah,
Kind of a similar situation as you. I had brothers who grew up in the 80s. Big age difference from me, but
yeah.
they basically introduced Star Wars to me when I was a young age. I fell in love with them then, and yeah, this just brought me back to like those moments of watching the originals when I was younger and just falling in love with the story, the characters, and everything. And just like we've mentioned, that last scene with Harrison Ford and Chewie saying "We're home," I cried at that.
Yeah,
That
I can't wait, man.
yeah. And Harrison Ford there, unlike the fourth Indiana Jones movie,
He doesn't look like he's old as hell.
no, and he looks like he's enjoying himself there.
Yeah.
Like he's happy and everything.
Oh man,
it's just
it,
too
it
good.
it's funny. I told my buddy when the trailer came out, I like texted him immediately, and he texted me back like Han, and then he put like like quotation. He's like Chewie, fuck off, like that scene from what is it? I think what was it, Bruno? Like I think it was Bruno when Sasha, whatever that guy's name, Sasha Cohen Baron or whatever, the
Hmm.
guy who's done Borat and all those movies. He's like, there's like one scene in the movie where he's like chasing Harrison Ford.
Hmm.
He's like, I got the exclusive interview with Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford's like, fuck off. And we always bring that up, so he texted me. He's like, Chewie, fuck off. I was dying, so.
At 121 in the trailer, we see BB-8 again, and I was a little bit concerned the first time I saw him. I was like, okay, he kind of looks a little bit cute and everything, and eventually it was revealed that oh no, he's not CGI. He's actually a real prop, and I was like, huh. That makes me
Yeah.
interested even more. And I'm not sure if you've watched the Star Wars Celebration panel that they did for The Force Awakens.
No, I haven't.
They rolled BB-8 came out on the stage during that, working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had R2-D2 out first, and the guys who like built him. And just as they were about to leave, they were like, "Oh wait, we got one more droid here who wants to say hello today." And they introduced BB-8, and he rolls out on the stage, working.
That's really cool. I need to look that up after we're done here.
Yeah, just
I want to
seeing.
watch Star Wars now. Like I'm not, I'm not gonna lie. Like probably when we finish this podcast, I will throw on the Blu-rays and start watching Star Wars because I'm just in that mood. And I know it wasn't on the docket, but there was also the Battlefront trailer, which
Hmm.
it was just like the two punch, like wow, like the combo. Like man, they dropped this trailer for the movie, then they dropped the Battlefront trailer that's coming out in November.
Yep,
It just feels like Star Wars is back, and it's been like dormant for a while,
yep. And
especially when it comes to games, because the last one was pretty much The Force Unleashed 2 that I could remember, because before that was The Old Republic,
hmm
and then
yeah.
before that was like Force Unleashed 1.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that during like the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox generation, we had so many Star Wars games.
Yep.
And then towards the end of the last generation and the beginning of this generation, we haven't had shit. it's kind of surprising, to be honest, especially after LucasArts close.
Um, yeah, the trailer for Battlefront was cool. Did you see the little teaser that was put out online for Rogue One, the spin-off Star Wars movie?
Oh no, I haven't. I read something on it that they were trying to go for like a different vibe with that movie.
Yeah, apparently it takes place between episodes 3 and 4 and focuses on the group of rebels that steal the Death Star plans.
mhm. That's pretty cool. Man, I just can't wait. I just can't wait till like the merchandising hits, because you know that's gonna be fucking huge.
Hmm.
Like I could remember now the merchandising. Of course I wasn't around when the originals came out, but when like I was talking about, the special editions came out and the merchandising hit for that, and then the episode one merchandising hit 2 years later in '99. That was huge. I just can't wait to see Star Wars around like that. Like on billboards and
Mm.
everywhere you look, everybody's got a Star Wars shirt. Like, it's going to be huge, especially in
Oh yeah.
December. I cannot wait to see what other Star Wars games are in the pipeline too. I
Hmm.
wish they would resurrect the one that they canceled.
1313.
Yeah, man, that would be fucking awesome if they resurrect that. But hopefully we get a taste of something. I'm sure we're going to get a taste of something at this E3, especially with the Star Wars movie hitting at the end of the year.
Hmm.
Whether we get a surprise game by the end of the year, I doubt it, but at least we'll get some sort of initial trailer or something.
Hmm. Yep.
Man, I
Oh.
can't wait, man. That damn John Williams score. Oh man, like he it's crazy to think that he's still going so many years. He got so many classic themes.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan, that's for sure.
It's
Uh,
gonna be a good year, man.
oh yeah.
We got Jurassic Park in summer, and then Star Wars at the end of the year. It's like my childhood has just like fucking returned in 2015. It's
Added
gonna
with
be
the
awesome.
Marvel stuff. Oh.
Yeah, those are gonna be some good movies. I'll probably go check out Ultron. It'll be out within the next week or so, right? May
Next.
1st, is it?
Yep. Next Thursday, as of this recording.
Oh, so that's
Uh.
exactly, yeah, a week from today.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the midnight showing, of course. Yeah.
Yep. Which I am seeing twice next week. uh,
I'll probably see it. I gotta see what day I have. I have Friday off, which is the first, right? Friday is the
yep.
first, technically. Yeah, that's good. I'll definitely go check it out then.
Yeah, the Thursday showing. Bought tickets for me and friends for the 10:30 showing, and then I was like, huh, there's a 7 p.m. showing as well. Bought a ticket. So I'm seeing it 7 p.m., leaving the theater, going back into the theater and seeing it a second time.
Well, that's
Uh,
probably how I'm gonna be with Jurassic Park and Star Wars, to be honest, because those are like the two big releases for me this year.
mhm. I'm not sure, but did you see the image that Ozzy Legend put out for Disney's movie studio releases?
No, I didn't see it.
No? Just as we're on the topic of movies and trailers and whatnot, just take a look at that and tell me that Disney is going to make a little bit of money.
Damn, that's right. It just like it didn't hit me that Star Wars was under the Disney banner. We haven't even spoken about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh shit, they're making a movie on the BFG, the Roald Dahl book. I didn't know that.
Hmm. So yeah,
Strategy, Star
oh,
Wars Rogue One, Beauty and the Beast, Ghost in the Shell.
yep, that's under the Disney banner.
Really?
Yep.
That's surprising. Pirates of the Caribbean. There's another one. Toy Story 4. There's another one. Jesus.
So yeah, just I'll probably put a link down below for this image, but
Tomorrowland?
yep,
When the fuck does that come out?
very soon. Um, so yeah, the image that we're looking at here shows all the movies Disney has lined up, and without saying specific dates because they're actually not here, The movies that they have listed are Tomorrowland, The Avengers, Pixar's Inside Out, Ant-Man, Bridge of
Bridge of
Spies,
Spies. Yeah.
The Good Dinosaur, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, The Finest Hours, Zootopia, The Jungle Book, Civil War, that's Captain America Civil War, just to be clear, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Finding Dory, The BFG, Pete's Dragon, Mona, Doctor Strange, Rogue One, Beauty and the Beast, Ghost in the Shell, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Star Wars Episode 8, Toy Story 4, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Disney be rolling into money.
Disney's just gonna fucking take over soon. Go buy Nintendo.
Oh,
Jesus.
God. Then we can add the new Super Mario Brothers movie to this lineup.
You get Luke Skywalker and Smash Brothers.
Okay. So, I guess that's going to do it for trailer talk. A lot of awesome trailers. One meh trailer. Snyder.
Yeah.
You've got time. You can redo the movie, I'm sure. But, yeah.
Auto-tune Batman. Rachel. Where is Rachel? Oh, man.
Oh, God. Auto-tune the news, guys. Get on that trailer, please.
Fuck right in the pussy. Oh, that guy's so funny.
Alright, so let's move on to our been playing, been watching, and maybe we've been reading something section. So Izzy, what have you been playing since the last time we chatted?
It's been mainly Mortal Kombat X on PS4. I played through the story mode. I haven't played much else because my brother pretty much jacked my game, and he's been playing it a lot more than I have. But yeah, the story mode was fun. It was surprisingly short. It was about 3.5 to 4 hours, whereas the last Mortal Kombat was at least twice that.
That's surprising.
So that really kind of threw me off. I was like, I'm done already? Like, I was really surprised. But it was enjoyable. I enjoyed, the new characters that they added to. Some of them I enjoyed, others not so much. But the fighting system seemed to be a little bit more fast-paced than it was in the last iteration. It feels a little smoother. Definitely running at 1080p, 60 frames a second. The game looks gorgeous on PS4. It doesn't look completely next-gen since it is technically a cross-gen game. And from what I read, NetherRealm Studios, they didn't have access to Unreal Engine 4 yet. So this is running on a modified Unreal Engine 3, but it's still looking pretty damn good. So I could imagine what the next Mortal Kombat game will look on Unreal 4. It'll probably look nuts. But it still looks good for what it is. The PS3 and 360 versions have been delayed. I don't know if they've been canceled or quietly canceled, but it was really fun. I'm enjoying what I play. I'm looking forward to trying out some of the bonus stuff that's there, like the unlockables in the crypt, and then the challenge towers, and trying out all the different characters. But it is pretty shitty what they're doing with DLC with, like, you could pay to pretty much unlock all the items in the crypt. You could, pay for, like, these new characters that are coming out. We talked about earlier that rumor of some story DLC, which would really suck, especially since this was only 3.5 to 4 hours, and then they charge you on top of that for more story DLC. Jason is going to be coming out pretty soon, I believe, or early May. My buddy texted me, and that's if you got the season pass with the game. So, yeah, I've actually been debating possibly trading this back in and just picking it up when there's a complete edition towards the end of the year, to be honest. Because I was thinking, should I buy the season pass or whatever? I think it's like $25-$30. So it isn't cheap. Plus, the money that I've already paid on the game. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that, but I did enjoy it. It's not bad. It's just a shame what they've done, how they've broken things up with DLC.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets better. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we get the complete edition eventually.
Hmm. Right on, right on. Well, for me, the main game that I played since we last did a podcast was Bloodborne. Played the hell out of that for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, I saw you finish it. I think I saw your screenshot, was it, on PS4, I think,
Oh yeah,
where you
yeah,
put like credits up or something.
yeah. Yeah, I beat the game. I got one of the three endings. I think the okay ending. Yeah, it wasn't the
Uh-huh.
bad ending. It was the okay ending, but not the good ending. You know, it was all right. The game though, oh my god, definitely one of those games where you have a love-hate relationship with it because you play over and over and over again, just doing the same things. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then you actually get past the part you're stuck on. It's like, yes, like pure
Hmm.
satisfaction. But yeah, I finished it up. I started New Game Plus, uh, encountered the first boss again, the Celtic Beast, and said nope, and turned that off. Because holy fuck, New Game Plus is a whole different beast in itself.
So they ramp up their difficulty.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
majorly.
wow.
So yeah, there's that. I may eventually go back to it. I don't think I'd be crazy enough to go for the Platinum Trophy, even
Nah,
though,
you just end up dying yourself.
yeah, yeah. I'm not as crazy as our friend Ozzy Legend. I won't be doing that.
He's going for the platinum? Damn.
He's got it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I don't know how he could like stick to like one game like obsessively. Like I always see him like he buys a game, he plays the crap out of the game, he gets like all the trophies. I don't know how he does that. Like I one don't have the patience to play like one game anymore. I just can't. Like I used to be able to stick to one game, now I can't. I'm so like all over the place.
Mhm.
I'm jealous of him that, that he could do that.
Yep. Yeah, I wish I could do that as well. I used to be able to do that back in the day where I was only able to buy like one game every so often.
Yeah, now especially now I got all this Steam shit. Oh no.
Yeah, welcome to the PC Master Race.
Ugh.
But yeah, Bloodborne, completely awesome. The patch came out today for the loading times, so
Yeah, so now I can finally play it.
yeah, get on that.
Well, I'm gonna play it. I need to play it. I think I'm gonna do like a priority list. I'll probably like trade in some games, get rid of some stuff that I'm not playing, and then just dive into like a Bloodborne. I just got Skyrim on PC because I want to give that game another shot. Like I've played it twice and I couldn't get into it, but we'll see this time on PC. If not, I'll just play it with my little brother. He could teach me how to do some stuff
Mhm.
because he has it on 360 and he knows his way around the game.
Mhm. Yeah, and now you have mods too, so that'll make it even more fun.
Yeah. You can do like Brent and start changing every freaking mod. I'll probably just do the high-res texture pack. That's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to delve into all the crazy mods.
So have you been playing anything else?
Yeah, I just played a few days ago, The Witcher 2. I played about an hour and a half of the game on PC. Honestly, I didn't really get into it. I couldn't get into it for whatever reason. It just didn't grab me. Not because it's a bad game. I could tell by what I played that it has, some very deep and solid mechanics there. When it comes to like the fighting system, it's somewhat complex. Like it just isn't like God of War hack and slash game, and then you do some combos. Like you gotta do some spells. You gotta counter. You gotta dodge. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot there, and it kind of they kind of just drop you into that. Even with the tutorial, like there's a bunch of different spells. Like some of them that you could like throw fire at people, other you just like freeze them, other you like put like a coat around, not like a, I guess like a force field would be like the best way to describe it.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, the story just didn't grab me either because this is a very story heavy game. And the funny thing is, before I played this, I tried to play the original Witcher, but it does not have a gamepad support, and
Oh.
I can't play for shit with like a mouse and keyboard since I did not grow up with a PC. So
And I think the call may have dropped yet again.
Um, yeah, I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. So instead of forcing myself to play through it, which my buddy told me to, he was like, yeah, the first few hours are slow and then it really picks up because he played through it and
Hmm.
he loved it. But I was like, I'll just save myself for the third game. I know I'll have the time and dedication to put into that one.
Hmm.
So I'm waiting for The Witcher 3 to really dive into that one.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I kind of had the same kind of experience with The Witcher 2. Uh, I enjoyed what was there, but just didn't feel like it was for me.
Yeah, I felt kind of overwhelmed, to be honest, with all the stuff that was there.
Hmm.
But it's definitely one of those games that if you buy a game and you have it for a while, that's definitely something you could sink into. And
Hmm.
that's another problem I have nowadays. Like I'll buy a game, I'll beat it, and then I'm done. Move on to the next one. Whereas I should really be delving more into it. Like we were just talking about Aussie Legend, like he really gets into these games. I can. I have like I don't know what it is. If it's like ADD or something when it comes to games. Not be offensive to anybody who truly has ADD. Hell, I might even have ADD to some extent, but or ADHD. But I just can't do that anymore. I really want to, but I just can't. I don't know. I
Yeah.
gotta change my frame of mind or whatever it may be, or stop buying so much shit.
Yeah, I can't do it either. The last game I really dove into a lot with was Skyrim. 'Cause I played that till I had the Platinum Trophy and basically did most everything in that game. A friend of mine, though, explored every dungeon in that game, did everything.
Damn.
Crazy ass bastard.
I can't remember what was the last game that I got, the platinum trophy or got, like 1,000 achievement points or it's been a while since I've really, really got obsessed with a game.
Hmm.
I think the last one, man, I can't even think of it, honestly. It's been several years since that's happened, to be honest.
Hmm. Alright, well, the next game on my list is Shovel Knight! I picked it up for PS4, PS3, and the Vita. The Vita. And
Peter.
the Vita, yes. I've mostly been playing on the Vita. Done a couple of levels on there now. That game is, oh, I love that game so much. It's so good. It was on my top 11 list for last year, and for damn good reason. I'm so happy it's on PlayStation consoles now, and I can earn trophies with it. So, yay. I probably won't go for that platinum, though, because holy fuck, some of those trophies are brutal. Like, getting through the game without dying at all.
Wow,
Yeah, that won't be for me,
that's
but...
crazy.
Mhm. But yeah, loving the game, and it works really well on the Vita. Like, really well. Alright, anything
The
else?
Peter.
The Vita? Have you been playing anything on the
Yeah,
Vita?
I'll at some point on PlayStation. No, I haven't. It's been pretty much it. Everything else I've been playing has been hopping back and forth, like on Steam between different games. Nothing substantial.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, the last thing for me is a Game Dev Tycoon. I decided to reinstall that like a week ago. Dabbled into it a little bit a few days ago. Last night I dove into it and played for 5 hours straight. I was like, oh, I'll play for a little bit. This was at like 6:30. At around 12 that night, I was like, it's 12 o'clock now. Enough of this for one night. But yeah, I love that game. It's so much fun. Heard to really get a good start to it, but once you get into the groove, you can really do well at making games and whatnot, so it's fun. And I would recommend it highly to anybody that's interested. Alright, so let's dive
It's
into the
pretty
bin.
cool.
Let's dive into the bin watching them, because I know we're both itching to talk about the first one.
Uh, let's talk about Rugrats now. I'm just playing. Yeah, Daredevil, man, am I impressed with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm, like, it surpassed my expectations, like, so much. Like, I remember we actually talked about it on the show when they first announced a deal with Netflix that they were going to do all these different series, and I was like, cool, I want to see what Daredevil turns out to be, but it, like, far exceeded my expectations. Man, it's so good. Like, the acting is
Mm-hmm.
excellent. Everybody across the board is excellent. Vincent D'Onofrio as Fisk, aka the Kingpin, which they haven't called him that yet in the show, obvious, because this is like the origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just love, like, it's such a great character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you fucking hate him one moment, and then the next moment you feel bad for him, and then you can relate to him, and you love what he's trying to do, but then again, like 3 seconds later, you're like, this guy's an asshole. Like, it's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, it takes the mythology of Daredevil seriously, but there's some comedy thrown in there with, like, Foggy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got the comic relief guy with him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Avocados at
just
law.
so that was great, man. It's just so well written, so well acted, so well produced. There wasn't anything that I saw in there that I'm like, oh, that looks cheap or cheesy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everything pretty looked really stellar across the board, which is kind of an issue when you have, lower budget that isn't something to the level of film.
Mm-hmm.
But everything looks solid across the board. I really like the vibe that you get from New York City. I know they filmed a lot of it there. I'm sure they filmed in other locations too. But it was just so good, man. Like, I highly, highly recommend it. I cannot wait for the next season of Daredevil. The way it was paced throughout, I know some people are complaining that, oh, they could have did the origin story in about half the time or whatever. Fuck that. I thought it was so well done how they did it. They paced everything out. The ending was so epic. The
Mm-hmm.
last two episodes are so damn intense. Man, I cannot wait. I might even I'll probably buy this when it comes out on Blu-ray eventually just to support it if it does come out on Blu-ray or DVD because it's that damn good. And it's actually got me interested in the Daredevil character, which I've never really been into. He's always been like one of those side characters within the Marvel universe that I never got into. I always knew because I was a big fan of Spider-Man when I was a kid. And he would always show up like in the, like the animated series. You'll have episodes here and there and you get to learn his backstory and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
man, it was so good.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I was hooked. I powered through it in 2 days. Like I knew
Yeah,
going
I
in.
tried to like stretch it out a little more
I
because
couldn't.
what is it, 12, 13 episodes, right? So
13,
I
yeah.
stretched it out in like less than a week. I'd say like 5 days or so.
Hmm. Yeah, for me it was the day it was released. I was working that night, so I got up that morning, watched the first 3 episodes before work, got home from work, watched 3 more episodes, went to bed, got about 4 hours of sleep, woke up, went to work, came home, and then just powered through the last 7 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's so good.
Mhm. And the first 3 episodes, like the first episode is good. Greg Miller was actually talking about it on the I think co-optional podcast where you go through an episode like, okay, it's interesting, and bam, something happens that just hooks you, grabs you, and makes you want more of that episode.
Yeah,
And
there's
then,
always something like, yeah, towards the end especially, they have those cliffhanger moments
mhm,
where you're like, damn, I want to see what happens.
Yep. And like you were talking about building up, how Kingpin is a great character. I love how they build him up. You don't get to see him until like the very end of the third episode. And,
Yeah.
well, I should say spoilers, people.
It's like a mystique. Yeah, they build up this mystique around it. They're like, no, you can't say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just so cool, man.
Yep. Yeah, he has this like super, almost kind of a supernatural aura of him. You're like, ooh, Kingpin, like,
Hmm.
how much of a badass is this guy? And especially in the third episode, again, people, spoilers, we will talk spoilers here. Uh, yeah, the end of the third episode where, Matt has managed to get this guy out scot-free, this criminal who works for Kingpin, and kind of beats down this guy and forces the guy to say Fisk's name. And
Yeah.
this guy's a killer, like he's an assassin, he's a badass, but he is so
Oh,
terrified.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's
when
so
he like
terrified of,
impales himself, right?
yeah, because he's so terrified of what Fisk will actually do to him. He'd rather kill himself. And that one moment where he does kill himself, like jabs his head through that glass, that shows how
That was
far,
crazy, man.
yeah, how far and dark and gritty, a good dark and gritty, unlike Batman v Superman, how you can have comics go. And it kind of gives me hope too that Marvel could do a Punisher Netflix series, and they're
Dude,
able to
that'd be
go,
awesome too.
yeah.
They could fuck it. They could just do everything. Like just do every fucking character they have as a series.
Hmm. But yeah, just so good for everything they did.
Oh,
And as
like
you
imagine
touched
like a
on,
Blade, like a well done Blade series on Netflix.
oh,
That'd be fucking awesome, man.
all right, phase one of the Defenders. We have Daredevil, we have Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. Boom, and the Defenders. That's phase one. Phase two, we get Punisher, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight.
Hmm.
Mic drop. That's what I want to see now, because just seeing how far they went with Daredevil, they can definitely do like all of their dark characters. Like they could get Punisher to work this way, and it would be awesome.
That was another thing. Like just the level of violence is pretty shocking,
Hmm.
especially for like a comic book property. Um, and it was well done. It wasn't like, over the top. It wasn't like Mortal Kombat violent, like
No.
super crazy, but it like enhanced the universe of Daredevil. It was,
Hmm.
oh man, I just can't say enough good things. Like it just really surprised me. It's probably going to be up there in terms of my favorite series of the year, favorite series in a while
Hmm.
that I could think of in terms of a TV series that I really got into. It's been like several years since I saw something. I'm like, wow, this is like amazing from start to finish.
Yep. And even though they went this dark and gritty route, it still felt a part of the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe too. Like we got,
Oh, I love the references, man.
yeah, it was great.
That was awesome. And they were how they were talking about like how Manhattan got destroyed and stuff. They would have like those newspaper articles
Yep.
that they were talking about. So they like implemented like you said within the whole larger Marvel universe. And then they were talking like, what do you think you are, Iron Man or something? They would have like references like or
Yeah.
Captain America here and there. Like
Hmm.
it was just really cool. It made you hope like maybe there's some sort of crossover that'll happen eventually.
Yep.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Hmm. And it made sense within the story too. Like they used the Battle of New York to really make sense of the story of how these criminals were able to come in and, profit from how New York was basically destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so well done.
Yep. Uh, there was there was another little reference into the show as well. And to anybody that watches Agents of Shield, they actually made a connection between Matt Murdock and one of the characters on there. Um,
Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah, the orphanage, St. Augustine's, that we see Matt at
Yeah,
when he's a
when
young
he's a little
age.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, over on Agents of Shield, the character Sky, she was at that same orphanage as him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so they're able to make these like great little subtle connections for the Marvel fans who like watch everything. Like it's so well done how every little thing is like connected so well, and not in like a big obvious way either.
Yeah, it's just like little hints here and there. Like they're not like trying to bash you over the head
Hmm.
with a reference or cameo.
Yeah. There was even, like you mentioned with the newspapers, there was the Battle of New York one, but there was also one too referencing back to the Incredible Hulk movie.
Hmm.
So yeah, oh, just so well done with Daredevil. In
You know,
every
it was so well done that it actually pissed me off that Batman can't be this well done. Like as I was watching this, I'm like, why is Gotham not like this? Or just a Batman series period. Like I was like, man, these producers need to fucking make Batman. Like imagine Batman told like this dark and gritty, not on a fucking, network
hmm
somewhere where they could get away with all this blood and violence. It'd be fucking amazing.
hmm Yep. Yeah, I think one of the guys from IGN tweeted out that Daredevil was a better Batman show than
Yeah.
Gotham.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, damn,
Um,
why they...
this is going a bit off topic, little news thing, but Marvel Entertainment just tweeted out something very interesting.
Mhm.
Marvel plus Telltale Games coming in 2017.
Huh. That's interesting. Hopefully, Telltale doesn't doesn't have 10 other games coming out that year.
One episode every 3 months.
Yeah, that'll be cool though. I wonder what they would do, which characters they would choose. That would be interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
So have you been watching anything else?
Yeah, I've been watching two other things. The second thing here is another superhero related series, and that is Powers on the PlayStation Network,
Hmm.
which I've actually really enjoyed too. It has really great acting. It is violent too,
Hmm.
but it definitely has like a different tone to Daredevil. Even though it is gritty, it's kind of brighter in terms of what the actual film looks like
Hmm.
because Daredevil was very dark all around.
Yeah.
Um,
I wish I could
but
see it.
yeah, oh, that's right. It's not up. They don't
No,
have it up there, right?
no, not
That
yet.
sucks. Man, that sucks because it is a really good series. But in comparison to Daredevil, there are some like special effects within the early episodes that look cheesy. But now getting later into the season, they do look better. They don't look as cheesy, but um, Charlton Copley's like the main actor who he was in District 9 and Elysium. He was the voice of the robot in Chappie. So he's just a great actor. The whole cast and crew in that show is really good too. Um, I wouldn't say it's as good as Daredevil, but it's a notch down. So it's definitely a very good series. I definitely recommend it. The thing is that they were releasing it like piecemeal. Like at first they released like the first three episodes for people who had PS Plus, and then ever since then they've been releasing them like one a week. So it's not like something you could binge on like Daredevil that they released them all on one go. So hopefully next time around they do that. I would like to see them just release it all at once.
Hmm.
But I don't know if they're still producing the episodes, separately or if they're all ready to go, whatever the case may be. But definitely enjoying it. And it's cool to see that they're getting content on PlayStation Network that isn't just only gaming related.
Hmm.
That they're getting some exclusive stuff.
Yep. Yeah,
But yeah, really enjoying that.
I really hope it releases up here in Canada soon. Otherwise, I might have to maybe kind of pirate it.
Yeah, it's a great time to be like a comic book fan because there's so much good like comic book like media
Hmm.
out there. And it just gives me hope for whatever they try to do with video games moving forward in terms
Hmm.
of movies or like TV series.
Yep. All right.
We'll
Well,
see what happens.
as for me, the rest of the stuff I've been watching, just the usual stuff. Gotham, which has been really good,
Boo. Boo.
it's gotten good. It actually has gotten good. The last two episodes were crazy, crazy good, to be quite honest with you. Um, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which has been fantastic. And then there's The Flash and Arrow. Oh my god! Like, oh my god, those two series are good. Which,
I need to watch that. I haven't watched any of those.
it makes me a bit more depressed even more just seeing what they're doing with the movie universe when the TV universe is so good. Like, why can't they translate this over to the big screen? That's all they'd have to do.
Hmm.
But yeah, those two series have been fantastic. And if you're watching The Flash, make sure you're watching Arrow Season 3 at the same time because there are various crossovers between both shows, especially in like the later halves of both seasons. So yeah, it's recommended for that. And other than that,
Cool.
I've started up a Marvel movie a day marathon where I'm
Yeah,
watching each of the films leading up to the Avengers next week. So far, I have watched Captain America, Iron Man 1 and 2, and Thor. Tomorrow, I'll be watching The
nice.
Incredible Hulk, followed by The Avengers, followed by Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Captain America 3, and then Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, the last and final thing that I've been watching is the horror movie Babadook. It just came out on Netflix. I've been hearing things about this movie for a while, since, probably late last year. Everybody was raving about it. And I enjoyed it, but
Hmm.
I don't think it's as great as everybody says it is. I don't know if you had a chance to see it yet.
No, I'm not a horror fan, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was cool how it was told and everything, but I don't know, for something that they're trying to make, a spooky character, like there's like one scene, the first time you actually see like from like head to toe, the creature of Babadook, and it looks really goofy, the makeup.
Hmm.
So it just kind of threw me off since then, but it is overall a good movie. It's higher than your average like horror movie. It's not as like it isn't like a slasher movie or something. We have so many horror movies nowadays, so it's definitely better than average, but it isn't as amazing as like everybody's saying it is.
Okay.
As far as what I think, maybe I'll watch it again and maybe I'll like it even more the second time around. But I watched it and I enjoyed it, but it didn't like freak me out. It wasn't like something like I couldn't sleep at night or anything. That's what I was expecting, but it wasn't anything like that. So it's good. I recommend checking it out, but it isn't like the greatest thing ever.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so, been reading anything?
Nope.
I have!
Dun, dun, dun.
Ta-da. Uh, only two things though. Howard the Duck issue number 2. Uh, again, another fun read. This time, more of the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy showed up in the issue, and it was funny, comical, uh, tiny bit sad in parts, but yeah, overall, loving the new Howard the Duck series. Marvel, make another Howard the Duck movie. A good Howard the Duck movie. And the other thing I've been reading, I dove into an Archie comic. And that Archie comic being Archie versus Predator, issue number 1. Um,
What?
yep.
Wow, that's weird.
It kind of was weird. Um,
That That is really weird.
It's a 4-part series. The first issue, you kind of there was kind of two little viewpoints from this. You get the viewpoint of the Predator looking at him at various stages, and then you have the Archie gang, and kind of the same thing you would expect from an Archie comic going on between them. Though Betty got socked in the nose at one point and got her nose broken. So she runs off and ends up finding this temple and gets this like dagger out of it. And two other characters were around, and she's like, "Oh, what happened to them?" And she meets up with the gang again. They're like curious on what's going on, and the next thing you know, like one of the characters realize there's blood on their shoulder or something red. They don't really take much notice of. They just wipe it away and whatnot. But then you get another scene where the Predator's up into the tree holding two skulls, which you can assume is from the two characters that went missing.
Wow.
Yeah. And the final page in the comic is the viewpoint of the Predator again. You get like the thermo vision type deal. Just looking at Veronica, and you see like a little square with her face into it, and it's like X'd out. So yeah, expecting the next issue to be really, really violent.
That's really weird, man.
I guess you never looked into Afterlife with Archie then.
No, I didn't. No.
That was the zombie one, which was insanely sick and twisted. But I love that they're doing this, though, that they're, like, allowing writers to come in and do these things. Because I'm pretty sure even the guys at Archie Comics were, like, they gave tips and advice on how to kill off some characters. So, yeah, quite looking forward to the next issue of that when it comes out.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Alright, so I guess we can dive into our shameless self-promotion. You got anything to promote? I know you do.
Well, I've been doing some things on my YouTube channel. Latest thing would be I did a video about the Uncharted trilogy art book that came out. Well, I don't think it's officially out yet. Well, the regular edition, I know like the collector's edition, which I got, is out. That's pretty much on there on youtube.com/IsraelPacheco89. I'm planning to do some sort of PlayStation podcast. I did like a test episode a few days ago with my buddy CJ. I'm trying to work out the name and the segments and all that, so we're still kind of tweaking, but it went good the first time around, and I've done like 2 other podcasts with my buddy CJ before we dropped them in the past. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a go.
Nice. Looking forward to that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you go.
I'll probably have like a different format. It's probably not going to be too long. It's probably going to be like 25, 30 minutes. It'll be like a shorter podcast. But yeah, something that will be like, easily viewable on YouTube, because it's going to be mainly on YouTube. It's not going to be like on iTunes or anything. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be too long, and I'll probably edit like video in between. Or I haven't decided yet if we're going to do video or not, so we'll see.
Okay, cool. As for me, since the last podcast came out, I've only put up 2 videos, so... well, more than that since we last recorded and talked, but I put up a Loot Crate unboxing for March. Finally got my crate come. I actually got a secondary one come, because I had contacted them and told them, yeah, my March crate isn't here. So they sent me a replacement, so I have 2 of the March crate. I put up 2 Let's Play videos for I Am Bread, so those are up now on the channel. Yeah, Big Boss suggested that I do it, and putting up a couple of videos was the yeast I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And just the normal comic shop pickups videos. That's about it. I'm hoping to get some more Let's Experience videos out soon, and Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. So yeah, just the usual stuff from me. And as per usual, we have no questions and comments again, so...
God damn it, Baby Patico gave up. He was
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to say nice video anymore. He gave up. He heard our accent.
One of these days we may get questions and comments, maybe if we can keep a regular schedule.
We need to hit him up, Baby Patico, and see what we said wrong that we pissed him off. He doesn't like our redneck accents. What's not all we? Yeah.
Well, before we talk about Nevada anymore, you might as well take us away, Izzy. Let's wrap up this
So
show.
Thanks guys for checking this episode of the CanUK podcast out. Hopefully we get some sort of, better scheduling and more often we do the podcast. But yeah, leave us your comments, questions, concerns in the comments section down below. Let us know what you thought about the trailers that hit within the past week. There's been a lot of trailers. Anything you've been playing,
what are you
and anything else that's on your... are you mad that that NASCAR is not coming to Wii or next gen systems? So yeah, take care everybody.